Alongside their respective careers, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver are heavily involved in politics. With Arnold going on to become the governor of California for 2 terms and Shriver being niece to John F. Kennedy, it seemed like it was only a matter of time before their children would get involved in politics. Instead of propelling into government affairs, however, Katherine Schwarzenegger has been relatively silent on any interest in the topic. According to Katherine, growing up in a house with parents with strong political opinions makes you either dislike or love politics. There's no in-between. Though we're sure she has her personal opinions on the government, she seemingly prefers to stay out of it altogether. In an interview with Larry King, a fan asked her if she has any plans for politics in the future, to which she responded, absolutely not. When asked if she hates politics, she stated,
I mean, I think it's interesting, obviously. I would not like it for myself. I would not choose that for my life at all.
Thankfully, it seems that her parents abided by her disinterest in politics and never forced it on her as she grew up to become more involved in self-improvement rather than government affairs. Motherhood to addiction and half-brother trouble. Here's the inside scoop on the prestigious quartet. Born on December 13, 1989, Katherine Schwarzenegger Pratt has gone on to become the first parent of the group. In addition to being the daughter of Arnold Schwarzenegger, she is also the wife of well-regarded actor Chris Pratt. According to the Guardians of the Galaxy actor, the two met at church in 2018. In a conversation with People magazine, he shared, "It was a lot of kismet and a lot of connections, but that was where we met." The pair eventually tied the knot in 2019. What came after was the birth of their 2 kids, Lila Maria and Eloise Christina. Just like her mother, Maria Shriver, Katherine seems to take her parental duties seriously. In an Amazon Live celebrating International Women's Day, Katherine revealed some of the tips Shriver shared with her following the birth of Lila, saying,
All about just being present with my 18-month-old daughter.
Since Lila and Eloise are her favorite girls, having her motherly duties engulf her life seems to be a trade-off she is completely fine with. Alongside her full-time job as a parent, Katherine also hosts a weekly Instagram live series titled BDA, Before, During, and After Baby, which focuses on the trials and tribulations of a mother. Though Katherine may not have gone on to star in cult classic action movies like Arnold Schwarzenegger, she certainly managed to find success following in Maria Shriver's footsteps. After graduating from the University of Southern California with a bachelor's degree, Katherine got to work and penned her first book, Rock What You've Got, which became a New York Times bestseller. Given her interest in mental wellness, Katherine went on to inscribe books focused on maintaining our sense of well-being. With topics ranging from body image to navigating a competitive economy, Katherine's goal as an author is to help her readers make positive changes and help herself understand the complexities of human life. In an interview promoting her book, The Gift of Forgiveness, she suggested that writing is just as much a learning experience for her as it is for her audience. In a book detailing the struggles of forgiving ourselves, Katherine told Natalie Manuel Lee that writing this book allowed her to view forgiveness in a different light.
Forgiveness ultimately means freedom and peace and healing. And the more healing we can have in our society, the better.
In addition to self-improvement, Katherine has also penned several children's books, one of which drew inspiration from her real sister, Christina. In 1991, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver welcomed their second daughter, Christina Schwarzenegger, into their household. As the second child, Christina expressed an interest in films. She was so interested in it that after graduating from Georgetown University, Christina stepped into the film industry, but not as an actress. Christina since flexed her filmmaking muscles in the Netflix documentaries Take Your Pills and Take Your Pills Xanax. Partnering alongside her mother, the 90-minute documentaries aim to inform viewers about the ever-growing issues surrounding controlled substances. As an admitted ex-user herself, Christina sought out the project to shed light on how prescription drugs are distributed to patients who may need them. According to Christina, a battle with ADD as a child caused doctors to prescribe her Adderall, revealing to Fox News, "I started taking it in high school, 9th grade, for about a few months, and then I stopped taking it just because I didn't like the side effects." This would be short-term, as she found herself relying on the drug again due to the tense nature of college. During her and her mother's appearance on The Doctors, she detailed her experience coming off of the substance.
It was challenging. It took me about, I would say, like 6 to 7 months to kind of really get back to just like who I was.
Unlike his older siblings, Patrick Schwarzenegger found himself engulfed in the world of with Kelly and Ryan. The 29-year-old actor revealed that Arnold Schwarzenegger would reward his academic efforts by bringing him to work, sharing,
"For like a kid, it's like a dream come true. I'm on Universal Studios lot. Right. I watch my dad walk in as Pops and comes out as like Mr. Freeze.
Patrick decided to follow in his footsteps. Even though his father was open to the idea of him chasing a career in acting, Patrick stated that he still needed to get a degree. After graduating from the University of Southern California, Patrick has been chipping away to pave a lane of his own. After his debut in 2006's The Benchwarmers, Patrick went on to star in other films such as Stuck in Love, Grown Ups 2, Midnight Sun, Echo Boomers, and Moxie. According to Patrick, his father appears to be happy with the work that he is doing on screen, telling Hoda and Jenna from the Today Show.
It was really surreal to have him come to set and have kind of the pages turned, and yeah, he's really proud of me, and they're so supportive.
Although Patrick was en route to becoming a notable movie star, the Moxie actor started flexing his entrepreneurial muscles in 2009. Coming from a household where politics and business are positioned at the forefront, Patrick seemingly took on the act of creating a company while expressing his political opinions simultaneously. Patrick's charitable efforts saw him partner with Nick Scheinberg and Kimberly Barth to create Project 360, a clothing company dedicated to bringing awareness to social issues. What started as a simple accessory became ensembles of think pieces stitched into hoodies, shirts, and more. As Patrick told MTV,
"What a better way to spread the word of giving back and philanthropic ways of life than to wear something that gives back to charities."
the small startup quickly became a success as it was featured on the cover of notable magazines such as InStyle, People, Glamour, and more. In addition to its popularity in publications, the clothing company also appeared to catch the attention of notable celebrities like Ashley Greene, Eva Longoria, Olivia Munn, and more. On September 27, 1997, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver introduced their youngest child, Christopher Schwarzenegger, into the world. While Catherine, Christina, and Patrick went on to embrace the limelight, Christopher opted for a more private life. He keeps his social media open only to those that know him. Although little is known about his main interests, Arnold suggested that the 25-year-old attended the University of Michigan to study psychology, according to YouTube. Before his college venture, however, his interest in surfing saw him sustain a severe injury that may have shifted his focus from extreme sports to the inner workings of the mind. On July 17, 2011, the 13-year-old found himself in a surfing accident that resulted in multiple broken bones and a collapsed lung. What was considered a very serious injury saw Christopher in intensive care for a little over a week. On July 26th, Maria Shriver updated her followers on Twitter on the status of his condition and revealed that they'd released him from the hospital, suggesting that all was well with her baby boy. She wrote, "Blessed to be able to take Christopher out of the hospital last night. What a feeling of relief to know that he's going to be fine." Arnold Schwarzenegger also took to Twitter, stating, "I knew Christopher couldn't be stopped. Big thanks to all the doctors, nurses, and staff at UCLA that helped him recover." Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver made it known that seeking higher education is imperative in their household. Despite Catherine, Christina, and Patrick's gripes about college, they all attended and graduated with a degree of some sort before transitioning into their full-time professions. In 2014, Catherine published a book titled I Just Graduated, Now What?, which illustrates the challenges of finding consistent work in a competitive economy after graduating. However, there was no way she could have warned Christopher about what was to come in 2020. As the youngest child, Christopher was the last to graduate from college. Unlike his older siblings, however, he graduated during COVID-19. While Catherine clearly understood the hardships of finding jobs as a college graduate, the pandemic created an uncertain environment for those leaving college. As Patrick Schwarzenegger was promoting his movie Echo Boomers, a true story about college graduates stealing from the rich, he expressed that he couldn't truly relate to the story 100%. The closest thing he could relate it to was his little brother's experience as a fresh graduate. In an interview with Men's Health, Arnold Schwarzenegger suggested that his home life reinforced his motivation to conquer his goals and aspirations. What he described as a, quote, tough upbringing saw him adopt the mentality necessary to experience a better life. As stern as his father was, Arnold said he was grateful for his father's brand of discipline, telling Men's Health, "My father made me do push-ups before I was allowed to have breakfast. To earn breakfast, as he said, you have to do push-ups and knee bends, and carry water from the well 200 yards away in the deep snow." With a father like that, it's safe to assume that Arnold picked up those same military-like parenting methods. In an interview promoting the movie Midnight Sun, Patrick Schwarzenegger revealed that his father could be strict at times when he probably shouldn't be. According to Patrick, Arnold's attempt at teaching his kids German came short, as their mother, Maria Shriver, forced Arnold to lighten the load. Although it's not as intense as carrying water for 200 yards in the blistering snow, it seems that Arnold wanted to incorporate some discipline to keep his children grounded. Patrick revealed,
We always had to count to German, counted 100 in German before we got to school.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Maria Shriver's marriage ended when Maria filed for divorce in 2011. The reason for their split was due to Arnold having an affair with the family's housekeeper, Mildred Baena. Their relationship resulted in the birth of a love child named Joseph Baena, whose identity was concealed for 10 years. In an interview with Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes, Arnold revealed that this caused a great deal of turmoil amid family, admitting how guilty he felt about the entire situation, saying,
As time goes on, I hope that everyone will forgive me for that.
Nonetheless, Arnold appears to maintain a close relationship with his fifth child. But as for his half-siblings, reports via Page 6 say their relationship is complicated. When Leslie Stahl asked if his children had a relationship with their half-brother, Arnold dismissed the question to protect their privacy. On social media, Schwarzenegger's quartet has no problem expressing their love for one another. Followers, however, caught on to the fact that Joseph is typically nowhere to be found in their family posts, suggesting that they may not be close to their half-sibling. Despite their social media dissonance toward Joseph, Patrick Schwarzenegger was spotted with his half-sibling for the first time in 2021, according to E! Online. Although we may never know the true nature of their relationship, seeing the two half-brothers together could mean that they're potentially working on developing a better relationship.